skin of that boy Aunt Charlotte suddenly found invading her precious solitude. A boy who was neither a charming child nor a promising young man. I am surprised that after living alone by choice for so long, she was able to tolerate my company as well as she did. She spoke like someone who wasn't used to social talk. She said what needed to be conveyed and stopped. "Are you hungry? Spray yourself with sunblock, even if it's overcast. If it's anything urgent, Marcus, you can always knock on my studio door." Mom had guessed right about the Lee surname. Aunt Charlotte had made it up. It was the obvious choice to take the surname of their hallowed Confederate General Robert E. Lee. In these parts, people still refer to the American Civil War as the Great Unpleasantness or the War of Northern Aggression. If I was a Lee, I had a better chance of blending in. Aunt Charlotte and Mom had grown up in West Virginia, known to Southerners as the Turncoat State, because it separated from Virginia and joined the Union in the Civil War. Neither of them had any accent other than a mid-Atlantic one, if there was such a thing. Aunt Charlotte's voice was dispassionate and flat compared to my mother's emotional range. Mom could please, tease, or appease, whatever the situation called for, whereas Aunt Charlotte, even when she was in one of her rare good moods or making fun of someone, stuck to a gruff and matter-of-fact monotone. After we had established a routine for ourselves that consisted mainly of each mapping thoughtful routes around the other's privacy, she had a serious talk with me about money and my trust. She invited me into her studio for this. She removed some books and papers from a chair and asked me to sit down. There was the smell of turpentine and oil pigment, a smell that connects me even today with the pleasant idea of someone making something alone. Her studio faced the north end of the beach and had a milky, regulated light, less yellow and warm than the other rooms in the cottage. She also slept in the studio, behind a curtain. It took me longer than it should have to realize she had given up her bedroom to me. "I have always worked," she began. "Ever since I left home at 16, I have held a job. When I married, I supported the first of my no-good husbands, and I worked twice as hard as the next two slackers. I will never be rich, but this fluke of a talent has made me safe for the time being. People want paintings of the beach. My style is on the primitive side, but that's an asset too, don't ask me why. For a large part of my life now, I have lived alone and supported myself by my painting, and it has suited me." She was perched on a high stool in front of a gigantic paint-spattered easel on wheels. Its large canvas was covered with a cloth. She was looking at me, but actually she was looking through me as she carefully picked her words. "When they contacted me back in February about your mother, they said I was the only living relative. I asked about your father's people, but I was the only name listed on the policy. Did you know she had taken out an insurance policy on her life?" "It was in case anything happened to her." Mom and I had imagined some fatal illness that would take her away and leave me all alone. We didn't foresee that something as ordinary as driving 2 miles on a winter night to pick up a pizza could accomplish the same ending. "I met your mother only once. She was a girl, still in high school. Your grandmother brought her to visit me here. I liked her, and I felt she liked me, but it was not a successful visit. Did she ever mention it?" "She talked about your beach house and how nice it was to lie in bed and hear the ocean so close. She said maybe one day we would go back and visit you. I mean, not stay with you, but in a hotel." "You would have been welcome to stay here. It was my sister Brenda who spoiled that visit, always putting everyone down. She couldn't stand my lifestyle. I think that was her reason for bringing your mother to see me. I was to be a warning."
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.